Jalen, right? Bringing up, kind of Jalen Hurts right now. And the one thing that we're seeing, and you see the good and the bad of that with Jalen Hurts, is should they run Jalen more, right? We saw some RPO concepts came back a little bit more. We saw Jalen able to do some things with the ball, just a threat from a running perspective, not just have him sitting back there in shotgun and just throwing the ball, but just to know that Jalen Hurts still has, some legs back there and he can still hurt you with his legs. He obviously got kind of caught trying to, kind of wiggle and try to shake somebody and his leg
Devin
got
White
caught.
too. Devin White on that. His
Yeah.
buddy.
So,
His buddy.
yeah. So, I mean, that was obviously, it looked like he leg got caught and then he got up a little, gimpy, but, obviously he
Then he
finished the
threw the
game.
AJ touchdown after that, so I was okay.
Yeah. So, but to the point of, you know, should we be running Jalen more because that is what got us back to that's what got us back to the Super Bowl last year, and him being a threat as a runner, whether it's 3 yards, 5 yards, or he breaks one for 15, changes his offense's complexity and identity altogether.
I think the only thing I'd say is I agree on all notes above, except I think they're trying to be more like 22 than 24. I think that with Jalen running more, Jalen did not. He ran a good amount last year, but it was less because Barkley was so successful.
Yeah.
So I think that they're aiming for more of 2022 because 2022 Jalen's legs freed up everything in front of him. It freed up the run game for Miles Sanders, who had a career year. It freed up the passing game. A lot of the routes that we're seeing that are challenged now, if you can go back to 2022, you can watch some highlights. Those guys were wide open. So I think that the run more Jalen, that's up to Jalen. It's
Wow.
well documented. You can see it online. It's all over wherever you want to see. Um, Designed runs are because of his injuries don't seem to be the thing that he wants to do more than less kind of a deal. Um, and I think that that's perfectly normal for a guy in his stage in the league. Um, Wants to protect himself a little bit more, which I think is perfectly fine. But I do think you're right. I think his legs are crucial for this train to keep going like it's going. If he's not willing to put his body on the line for this team, which I know seems like normal football, but again, where he's at in his career, coming off Super Bowl MVP, he's been paid, you know, he wants to be great and he wants to win championships, but he now realizes that it takes him. And I think it more exemplifies the fact that this isn't just Jalen and his toys. You know what I mean? This isn't all the Lamborghinis in the garage for Jalen Hurts. Sure, he's got a lot of nice cars in that garage, but he'll drive anyone like he stole it. And I think that this dude really fuels everything we have going forward. And when he's bad, we're bad, offense and defense. But when he goes, we go. And it's corny, but rain, sleet, or snow, Eagles train to go. He deemed that early, but he continues to shut guys like me and you up. And I know we're not of the usual suspect, but he continues to just time after time, he'll put something on tape that is just ungodly. And in the next game, it's like, all right, you did everything you were supposed to do.
Yeah.
You walked away with a win handedly, the way you were supposed to win that game. I mean, shutout or not, they should have won that game by more than 17 points. I mean, I think we can both agree that they should have won that game handedly.
Yeah. I mean, from the betting perspective, I wouldn't have told anybody to bet the Eagles, but I think it was telling that.
No, that number was ridiculous. But in
Yeah.
the NFL, that number is ridiculous. But in
It was
theory,
it was telling that, after three
yeah,
losses that they were still favored by well over double digits.
yes,
You know what I'm saying?
yes. I mean,
So
you're
it
talking
kind of
almost
kind
two
of
touchdowns going to kickoff.
yeah,
So
it kind of told you where they felt that this team was versus the Raiders. But I think you made some kind of interesting points about that. I think the one thing that you talked about is where he's at in his career, as we see one dynasty ending in terms of the Chiefs and ours maybe not even kicking off or looking to. I think part of that legacy is there, like kind
yeah,
of what you were kind of talking about in terms of championships in terms of where he's at, kind of really like hitting that prime stride, wanting to show that he can beat you with his mind, wanting to show you. I think Marcus kind of alluded to this part, right? But wanting to see if he can beat you from the line of scrimmage as well.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Doing all the
This one kills
things
me
that
too, Marcus.
checks
Just
the
so you know, this
box.
one kills me.
What'd you say?
I said, just so Marcus knows, this one kills me, dude. Like they have to be doing it on purpose.
For
And
sure.
from what I've heard, this is not like some intel. This was Adam Kaplan inside the Birds. Apparently, it's not on purpose. So the late play calls are apparently not clock management based. They are just
I think it's Jalen that he needs that long to assess what is the coverage is. Because
I
sometimes
think the
coverages get
reason the
disguised and they
clock
roll
gets so
coverages.
close to the snap is because of the added motion that they have this year. There's a lot more motion.
Yeah,
And I don't think he wants the offense to move until the defense gets set, obviously.
yeah,
But I think he waits a little bit longer for them to really get, and then he tells you to go. And if you notice, it's like like Marcus said, it's 3, 2, 1, 0 snap. I mean, it's very
and you always hear that one person, same voice yelling three. Always
yeah.
yelling the
Oh
clock.
yeah,
Through the TV. Yeah,
it's
yeah,
it's not great, but in 2023 they didn't show a sign of life. They did not show a sign of life at the end.
hmm
So I'm starting to go into this. This is 2018, man.